And finally, I believe there's only one match left to talk about.
There's a couple more.
There's a couple more?
Isn't there? Or,
I think there's only New Age Outlaws and Kane.
That's
versus.
I can't believe we saved that
the
for
Shield.
Last. It's the worst. So basically, what happened is, though the Shield has been feuding with Kane, and apparently the reports backstage are that the New Age Outlaws came to the WWE brass and said, "We want to work with the Shield." So now Kane and the New Age Outlaws are facing the Shield at WrestleMania, and it's like the biggest disappointment. Coming straight off of Elimination Chamber, Shield versus Wyatt, like one of the coolest, most amazing, like everybody chanting "This is awesome" before they even touched each other matches. And now they're facing Kane and the fucking Outlaws. The oldest, a bunch of guys in their fucking 40s.
On the 50s. Grandest stage of all. The showcase of like the Immortals.
This team.
We have literal...
Immortals.
Yeah.
We have
who've been around since the Attitude
Era. 3 men looking as mortal as they possibly can. But literally, like, the average age of this team is like 50. It's literally like the Kane and Road Dogg, I think, are like in their 50s.
But it just doesn't make sense. Kane has never allied himself with...
Or 40s, maybe
with 40s. The New Age Outlaws.
No, because they're all Triple H's
they're all authority
buddies. Yeah, that's all it is. But, like... And it's so stupid, too, because, first of all, the... Ambrose and Rollins, that's another one of those awesome matches from last week's Raw. Ambrose and Rollins faced off against the Real Americans, which was fucking amazing because it was Cesaro and Ambrose and Rollins. And Jack Swagger's fucking not bad himself. But it was a fucking amazing match. And the Real Americans are actually, like, they were in that, like, in the tag match on SmackDown that Kane and the New Age Outlaws interfered in, and they could have just as easily put Kane and the Real Americans against the Shield, and it would have been fucking awesome just to have Cesaro and Swagger there. But no, they have to fucking get the Old Age Outlaws.
At least we got off lucky, and Hulk Hogan didn't say he wanted to work with the Shield.
Right? Yeah, no. At least you know that, like, they're gonna put him over. Like, if Kane and the New Age Outlaws win this match, like...
people will riot.
I don't even know what
the internet will burn.
Yeah, for real.
All belief in the Shield will die.
Yeah, no one will believe in the Shield anymore. We will all have lost faith in the Shield.
I hope that this starts, though, when they win this. I don't know what their past record is at WrestleMania, but...
I think they're undefeated.
It would be cool if they could stay as a trio at WrestleMania. We're undefeated. And that would be their little running gimmick throughout their career. Their streak is together, united, we're unbeatable.
Yeah. I actually would have loved to see, because the Shield were the ones that the last time we saw the Undertaker, the Shield took him out, and that was ever since they triple power bombed him through a table. You don't remember this?
No, I'm just realizing that we didn't talk about the Undertaker match.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good because
that's a closer.
That should be the last thing we talk about. I just saw your face, like what?
Yeah, the Shield versus the Undertaker.
So the Shield were the ones that took the Undertaker out to put him triple power bombed him through a table, and we haven't seen him since then until he came back to challenge Brock. I would have loved to have seen the Shield, all three of them, take on the streak, and you could do the Shield breakup like that. Like, you could have it where, like, Dean Ambrose gets, like, knocked out and fucking just has to, like, leave on a stretcher or some shit, and, like, Seth Rollins leaves or something like that, and then just have Undertaker versus Roman Reigns for, like, 20 minutes, and then have Rollins and Ambrose come back and, like, and they, like, triple powerbomb them through a table and just, like, beat the shit out of them, all three of them, forever. And you think, wow, this has to be the moment that the streak ends. There's three guys beating on him, and he still fucking won't stop. and he like pins all 3 of them or something. I don't know.
He pins all 3 of them at once.
But that would suck because that would.
But it would be good because he'd get 3 more notches on his belt. He could up that
makes the
win
Shield
count.
Looks like shit. Like one guy beat all 3 of them.
Not one
Even
guy.
though it's
an immortal dead person.
Yeah, that's true.
An unbeatable dead man. We just transitioned to Undertaker.
So yeah, we're now into Undertaker. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.
There's no suspense in this match at all.
No, there really isn't. I mean, they try so hard every year to be like, this is the guy that might break the streak, but it never is. I mean, they're never gonna break the streak. And like this match, I mean, on paper, this is a really awesome match. Even considering that people have been rumoring this was gonna happen since SummerSlam. I think for months people have been saying this is gonna be Brock Lesnar against Undertaker, but the way they built it up is so shitty in my opinion. I'm one of the kind of people that the story matters to me as much as the wrestling in the actual match. Like the story that includes all of the build up to the match. And this has been even in the most recent times when they've had Undertaker basically just come back for a WrestleMania match, they've at least had a story, last year Paul Bearer died and CM Punk was disrespecting his memory and all this shit. There was a story there, the year before that Triple H, had the previous year had beat the shit out of the Undertaker and he couldn't even leave under his own power. So he came back to avenge that. This year it was just Brock Lesnar came out on the Raw the night after Elimination Chamber and said he wanted history to conquer, and then dong, and that's it. That's the whole story.
Brock says it, thus it becomes.
Yeah, exactly. And it started the night after the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. So they had 5 weeks, 6 weeks to build it up, as opposed to in the past they've when for WrestleMania 28 when he showed up to challenge Triple H, it was the night after the Royal Rumble, not the night after Elimination Chamber. So they had 2 whole months to build it up, and this time it's just okay, this is the Undertaker match basically, and then they have them. I
just feel like they're not dumbing it down for us, and they're just the Undertaker's here. This is the Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean they're.
But deal with it.
It's not dumbing it. This is dumbing it down. I feel like this is okay, you all know that there's going to be an Undertaker match. Here it is. As opposed to I just, in order to get myself invested in a match that's going to happen, there has to be conflict. There has to be pathos at some point. There has to be some sort of reason why these guys are fighting other than they want to fight.
And they're the way they're approaching it too with Brock's character doesn't even make any sense, because he's super scared of him one moment, and then he works up his courage the next moment to face him, and then he becomes a wuss again, and then he builds it up again.
The idea is, I feel and it kind of doesn't make sense, because Brock Lesnar has always been the guy that's not afraid of fucking anybody and will just mow down anybody that you put in front of him. And the whole Undertaker story has been him just basically pretending he's not afraid of the Undertaker, but ultimately being afraid of the Undertaker. He'll muster it up and be I'm not afraid of him, and then he'll walk up to when they were doing the casket thing, he'll walk up to the casket all manly, and then as he's walking up to it creep up and be apprehensive about it.
It seems like a Scooby-Doo plot.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
It feels like they were Scooby-Doo at WrestleMania, put Brock Lesnar in that shit.
Yeah, right, Scooby-Doo is...
Undertaker did it. Oh my god, could you imagine if on the WrestleMania, Scooby-Doo at WrestleMania, if when they peel off the mask, the Undertaker's the guy that does it, he's the ghost bear? That's gonna be awesome. That's what I look forward to when I eventually watch Scooby-Doo at WrestleMania.
You know what it should be? It should be Scooby-Doo should come down during the Undertaker Brock Lesnar match and cost Undertaker the streak. And then when they go, they're like, "Who is the Scooby-Doo?" And they pull off the mask and they're like, "Oh my God, it's CM Punk!"
Oh my God.
That would be amazing.
Scooby-Doo.
And the other thing about it is too, like, I think like at least the last, no, because last year wasn't. So that's the other thing that's so boring about this match is it's just a regular match. Like, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker should be like Falls Count Anywhere or like Hell in a Cell
or a casket match.
Yeah, like, and they did the whole gag with the casket, so there should be some kind of stipulation. I feel like if there's an Undertaker match and there's a possibility, however remote, of it ending in like a disqualification, then you're doing something wrong. Like, there should be some kind of no disqualification stipulation to it, whatever that may be, because there's like 15 different ways it could be no disqualification.
I just think it would be genius if the way they would have approached this Undertaker storyline, knowing what we know about the card now, is if they would have said they'd had Undertaker just show up and be like, "Hey, Triple H, where's my match?"
Oh yeah.
And Triple H is like, "Oh, you're too old. There's no match for you here." And then Undertaker like, "No, but I have a match at WrestleMania every year. We need a match."
Right.
So they would just shoehorn him into the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. And then up the stakes of the Battle Royale by 1 billion.
Yeah.
With all of a sudden, like, whatever, 29 people are coming after
now all he has to do is get thrown over the top rope and the streak is over.
Yes. That would have been so exciting.
That would have been pretty crazy.
Undertaker versus 29. That's what I'm saying.
Undertaker versus 29 other guys. 21 other men have stepped up, according to The Undertaker, who apparently doesn't realize that he's fought...
HBK has clones, and Triple H has clones.
Yeah, he's fought HBK twice, Triple H 3 times. Who else? I can't even think.
You know what would be a great ending, too, to Kane versus...
An ending 2-2?
Yeah. 2 as well. 2 also. To Kane and the New Age Outlaws versus the Shield. Is if, for the first time ever, Kane, like, let's say the Shield all get on, like, a ring post and are about to, like, jump down at Kane, and then Kane just lights them on fire.
Oh,
with his fire powers. That would be so cool.
Oh, my God. That would be fucked up, but that would be hilarious.
If it
I
was
thought when you were saying that all 3 Shield members are about to jump off the top rope, I thought you were going to say, like, Kane sprouts a 3rd arm and like triple choke slams all of them at the same time.
The rare triple choke slam.
He just becomes Baraka from Mortal Kombat and just has like 4 arms.
No, that's Goro.
That's right.
Goro.
Baraka is
the pincer arm guy, the guy who can't eat food because he has knives on his arm.
Goro, you're right. That's right. Man, it's been a long time since I played Mortal Kombat.
This has been Fake Fighting Frenzy. And remember, when you're playing Mortal Kombat, you might as well just not do the fatalities because it's really, really hard. And it's very hard and fast to put the numbers in, to put the little buttons down.
And you can just punch the guy and he dies.
And you can go on the internet and look up all the fatalities you want without trying. So I recommend that instead of in lieu of trying.
I used to always be Liu Kang because all his moves are super easy to do.
Yeah,
I would always like forward and a button.
I would always go Sub-Zero or Scorpion. I was a sucker for the ninja gimmick.
Yeah, and the get over here.
Get over here, the cheapest move in the entire game.
For sure.
I'm Steven.
I am D-Rock.
This has been Fake Fighting Frenzy. We'll see you guys after WrestleMania with hopefully happy feelings and not sad Daniel Bryan got fucked again feelings.
And don't forget to say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
Just don't eat your vitamins as you're saying your prayers because you might choke and die.